I've gotten this crazy glitch before. Look at this. Isn't this insane that this is still happening with MTGO? So I think if I restart Magic, it hopefully fixes it. Look at this. So I restart Magic and this is what I look at now. Look at this. Isn't this insane? I can't believe this. Okay, finally here. I think. I still don't even think I'm here. It looks like my opponent is... Look at this. What? I can't see anything. This is unbelievable. Okay, so after losing 4 minutes, I think I'm finally ready. We'll keep this hand. This is unreal. All right. So it wastes 5 minutes of my time because of their interface. Well, at least I caught it on camera so you can see how bad it is. My God. Ooh. Well, all right. At least I ripped one of my fun cards here. Currently a 0-4. Let's get them, boys. 0-4. Alright, we'll play the Minotaur and pass. I have a feeling that Cursed Minotaur is going down, down, down. No? How could my opponent not have a play yet? That's unreal. That is unreal. Well, there's one of our cyclers. Sweet. We're going to play the Carrion Screecher, though, so let's get in with Cursed Minotaur. See what happens to that little fella. Nothing. Are we about to just, like, lose our board here? Is that what's going to happen? I mean, I'm not going to play around a board wipe until I see it, but that's kind of what I feel like is going to happen. Otherwise, I don't understand how my opponent hasn't done anything. Hour of Devastation is my assumption? Okay, Bantu's Last Reckoning, I see. I was going to say, it didn't make much sense otherwise. 4 cards in their hand. We don't even have 5-drops in our deck, right? No. Guess we just Splendid Agony the Bone Picker. I would prefer that to the Reed Stalker, because the Reed Stalker can actually eat other things. If near Deadlands. Well, they only have 1 so far, so that's good news. So we can play the second island and pass. And then I guess we're going to drop a Reed Stalker like it's hot, presumably. Well, we're probably going to want to unburden. Start to take care of some of their hand there. I don't think we have a need to sandbag lands, right? We don't have like a discard thing. Doesn't look like it. So let's unburden them. I guess we can cycle first. Although maybe we want to get the... Yeah, we probably want the Survivor down, I guess. Alright. Two lands. Well, that's a little less exciting. So we'll get in for 2 and then play the Survivor and pass. Guess we can drop the land. Well, that's probably going to kill us. Alright, we'll take an absurd amount of damage. Draw. Winds of Rebuke. Now we cycle. Alright, get in for 2, I guess. And pass. Faith the Devoted. Not super excited about that right now. Alright. Bounce the dragon. Lose a lethal sting and an island, and they lose a lurching rat beast and something else. So I guess we're going to take 5. Okay, so we're super dead. So we lost to Bantu's Last Reckoning. I mean, he did play as if he had a board wipe, but I need, like I said, I need to see my board wipes, like Hour of Devastation. I need to see my Bantu's Last Reckoning. There's a chance he just kept a hand with like some 6 drops and hoped to draw into 2 drops. I know everybody watching this does. They love to do the hindsight bias. Dude, it was so obvious that he had that board wipe rare. Thanks. I really love your hindsight prediction there. I appreciate your input. Thank you. All right, let's run it back here and try this again. All right, we'll play first. It's a keep. Nice hand. I guess we're gonna hope we don't get got by that board wipe again. I mean, I kind of need to play these spells out because otherwise I'm just not threatening any damage, you know? Know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, the problem is if I don't play the Baleful Amet here, I'm not threatening anything. I'm threatening 1 point of damage a turn. I mean, I could play it super patient here and not play the Baleful Amet and ping my opponent for 1 a turn until they either play something. I mean, I guess I can. Alright, let's do that. Play around the Bantu's Last Reckoning. I guess now that we know they have it. The problem is, this is exactly what the problem is. It puts the fear in you, and then, I don't know, you gotta play catch up. Well, that's cool. Wish I could use the Ruthless Sniper. Okay. So we're playing around that reckoning, I guess. If we 100% know our opponent's got it. There's a Gravedigger. I guess that's a good way to recover. Manticore Eternal. Alright. Hmm. Well, it's got a flick 3, so I might as well take it. Alright, so now we're just gonna start playing stuff like crazy because they've developed their board better than ours, basically. So I'm not really in a position to chill anymore. No more chilling for this guy. So we'll play the wall, and we'll play a Baleful Ammit. And I guess we'll just put the counter on our wall. And we'll pass. So now if they do it, they get a 3 for 5, which is still just a great deal for them, but their creatures are better than ours. We're not beating down, we're not progressing, we're not dealing enough damage, we're not doing a ton of things that we need to be doing. So it's an unfortunate position to be in, but it is where we found ourselves. So we're probably just going to chump block the Gilded Ceradon with our Sniper. Okay, in this case we're going to block the Ceradon with our Baleful Ammit, because I kind of sense like a board wipe's coming anyway. And that way I at least get the lifelink out of that. Okay, so they get their own little lifelinker, so maybe they just don't have it, which I guess is also possible. Well, that's nice, especially considering we have the desert. So let's take care of the Scrounger. Bastion for 4. Can play the Gravedigger to get back the Ammit, because Ammit's better anyway. And I feel like if they had the board wipe, they would do it, but I'm not sure. We're going to play the Gravedigger to get back the Ammit. It gives us a beater while also bringing us back a beater in case of board wipe. So we're going to take it because it flicked once again. So they had it the whole time, which is a huge bummer, but that's okay. I wish I could have avoided this card one of the games. I just could not. We were losing the race. We had to progress. If we didn't progress, we would have lost to the beaters. So it's like, it was, our opponent just put themselves in the perfect damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, which is frustrating. But that's exactly what they got to us. They got it perfectly on us. So we'll play the wall here plus the Amit. Put the counter on the wall. Pass. Yep. That's interesting. Overall, I think it's still pretty good for us because we're going to have the surprise Reed Stalker. And they have to do this at sorcery speed, right? Okay. That's good. Magmaroth. Okay. So we can get the Reed Stalker down. Hopefully draw a cycle or just draw that and win. Perfect. Perfect. Whew! Alright, beat the Bantu's Last Reckoning. That was scary. Very, very scary. Our opponent's deck is sweet solely because of Bantu's Last Reckoning too. The problem is it's such a difficult card for us to beat in particular because our cards individually aren't big threats. Our cards are big threats with a bunch of build around stuff, right? Like we're pinging slowly. We're slowly making Vile Manifestation better. We're slowly but surely beating in with this or slowly degrading your guys. Everything is slow about our army, which just makes that so much more difficult to beat. I mean, I can play Unsummon, so like bounce and save our own guys. I don't love that. I can, but what would I run it over? Like, I don't want to run it over the Thirst. Even though Thirst is bad against Bantu's Last Reckoning, it deals with anything. Maybe Splendid Agony? But this is pretty good too. It's difficult. I don't want to cut cycling. This is another problem with if you do the build around decks, you can't like trade some cards. Like we can't trade cycling cards and ever reliably make our cycling synergy cards good, which is always a downside with build around decks. We're gonna keep it the same. This is a keep. It's a pretty good keep actually. Granted, we have to play the desert, but I'm gonna be okay with that. I guess, alright, we can cycle that now. Sure, alright. We'll start with a swamp then. So I guess our first two are gonna be the Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs and the Nimble Obstructionist. That way the manifestation gets better after a Reckoning. Alright, so now it seems like our opponent does not have a Reckoning, which is good for us. So let's play the Rivulet. We're going to block. Because they have no reason to not attack there. Can risk Scrapper. Okay. So the good news is I can Splendid Agony that. Faith of the Devoted too. That's pretty cool. We probably want the Nimble Obstructionist here. I can Splendid Agony their Scrapper. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Okay. 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 So let's think here. Let's get in with the Obstructionist. And then we can play the Screecher. So we're going to take a bit more damage here. But we do have a couple good beaters. We just have to buy some time. Ah, bummer. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so now we gotta go full-fledged protect mode here. Really want to draw an untapped land if possible. Winds of Rebuke will do. That is actually pretty good. So we'll get in with our Obstructionist. Play the Vile Manifestation. And leave up Winds of Rebuke. I guess we kind of have to play the Desert now. Because I'm just not playing enough things. Although this now fuels this and this. Which we may or may not need. But I can also fuel this with this. If I mill myself, maybe. Guess we're just going to play the Desert. I mean, I need the 5th land for what? So I can reliably play well, I still feel like I need to hold on to it until I find an untapped land. Alright. We're just doing this. And we're leaving up the Winds of Rebuke. We're going to try and tempo them out. So we can block like this and like this. And then we wins the... Oh yeah, we gotta pay life for that? Bummer. That's alright. So I do make my guy bigger, but still not quite big enough. They're still definitely ahead. Okay. So we can't get within 2 life either, or we're in trouble. So I think we're going to lose the... I don't know, the faith? Kind of feels like we have to lose the faith. Because we probably need this Splendid Agony. Alright. Which does kind of suck, but it's just too slow right now. So let's ping them. They're out of cards, which I guess is good, but we're still kind of a rocky spot here. Yeah, we finally got the land. So now we can cycle this, plus play Splendid Agony, which is pretty good, I guess. But we are still pretty rough. Pretty rough spot here. Remember, we can't get within 2 life either. So we're going to have to do some hardcore mathematics here to get to the spot we need to. Because this takes 4. Okay, and then we're going to go to 6. So we may not be able to do this. We'll see. Maybe we can, actually. We'll see. Basically, if I Splendid Agony this and the Camel, and then I block the Punisher and the Mummy, or if I block the... Maybe I can't do it. Because, yeah, if I go to 6, then I'm just toast, right? Well, let's cycle Desert first, I guess. Another manifestation, alright. So I do this. I do this. I think we still die, sadly. Yeah, well... Yeah, we still die. Alright, kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. We were close, too. But it looks like we're going to lose. So, which is a bummer. But it did happen. So yeah, we can, like, you know, block this and block this, but then we still die. So we take 6 and then we lose to the Raymond Map Ruins. I think actually Ipnu Rivulet ended up costing us the game because we had to pay 2 life in this game, but it was pretty close. It was a close game. Disappointing loss, but close game. So, alright, let's go to round 2 and hopefully do better. We'll see you there.